Pavel Durov is a visionary entrepreneur and the mastermind behind two of the most influential digital platforms to emerge from Russia, VKontakte and Telegram. His journey from a tech prodigy to a global advocate for freedom of speech and privacy is a remarkable story of defiance against authoritarianism. Born in 1984 in St. Petersburg, Durov was always passionate about technology and innovation. In 2006, at just 22 years old, he founded VKontakte, a social networking site that quickly became the largest in Russia and a competitor to Facebook. VKontakte, known simply as VK, allowed millions of Russians to connect and share ideas, and Durov gained a reputation as the Russian Mark Zuckerberg due to his success. However, as VK's popularity grew, so did the interest of the Russian government. Following political unrest and anti-government protests, particularly during the 2011 to 2012 Russian elections, the government demanded access to private messages and user data of opposition activists on VKontakte. Durov, who valued privacy and freedom, refused to comply with these demands. He stood firm against the government, despite increasing pressure and threats. In 2014, after resisting further demands to hand over information about Ukrainian protesters during the Maidan Revolution, Durov was effectively forced to sell his shares in VK. He lost control of the company, and shortly after fled Russia, stating that Russia is incompatible with internet business at the moment. This marked the end of his VKontakte chapter, but the beginning of something far more influential: Telegram. In 2013, Durov, together with his brother Nikolai, launched Telegram, a cloud-based messaging app that promised its users absolute privacy. Telegram's most powerful feature was its end-to-end encryption, which allowed people to communicate without fear of their messages being intercepted or surveilled by authorities. In a world increasingly dominated by surveillance, this was revolutionary. Unlike many tech companies, Telegram was designed with one primary goal: freedom. Durov made it clear that he would not compromise on this, and Telegram quickly gained popularity among individuals seeking privacy, from regular users to political activists and journalists in oppressive regimes. The app's influence grew immensely during times of political unrest. In countries like Iran, Hong Kong, Belarus, and Russia, protesters turned to Telegram to organize movements, share information, and evade government censorship. Telegram's channels feature became a lifeline for activists, allowing them to broadcast information to large groups without fear of government reprisal. Telegram's popularity as a tool for free expression also made it a target for governments. Over the years, Durov and Telegram have faced bans and restrictions from multiple nations, including Russia, Iran, and China, as these governments sought to control access to information. In 2018, Russia attempted to block Telegram when Durov refused to provide encryption keys that would allow authorities to read users' messages. The government claimed this was necessary to combat terrorism, but Durov saw it as an attack on freedom of speech. Telegram was officially banned in Russia for 2 years, but the ban was largely ineffective, with users finding ways to bypass restrictions through VPNs and proxies. Eventually, in 2020, the Russian government lifted the ban, an acknowledgement of Telegram's resilience. Similarly, in Iran, Telegram was banned in 2018 after the app played a key role in organizing protests against the government. Despite the ban, Telegram remained widely accessible through circumvention tools, proving Durov's stance against censorship. Durov's philosophy is rooted in the idea that privacy is a fundamental human right. He believes that in the digital age, personal data should belong to individuals, not governments or corporations. Unlike many other tech companies, Telegram has refused to engage in commercial advertising or data mining. The platform remains free of ads, and Durov has repeatedly pledged that Telegram will never sell user data. In his words, privacy ultimately is about power. Governments or companies that know everything about you will have more control over you than you have over them. His dedication to these principles has earned him both admiration and enmity, depending on the audience. Telegram's global impact has been profound. It has become a critical tool for free expression and communication in areas where traditional forms of media are censored. During protests in Belarus in 2020, Telegram was the primary way for citizens to organize and share real-time updates as the government cracked down on protests against the controversial re-election of President Alexander Lukashenko. Similarly, in Hong Kong, protesters relied on Telegram to communicate securely during the pro-democracy demonstrations. As of today, Telegram boasts over 700 million active users worldwide and is regarded as one of the most secure messaging platforms in the world. Durov continues to maintain full control over the platform, operating it as an independent entity. Despite countless offers to sell Telegram to tech giants or governments, Durov has consistently refused, maintaining that his mission is to protect the freedom and privacy of its users. Pavel Durov's journey is far from over. In a world where digital privacy is increasingly under threat, he remains one of the few tech leaders who has stayed true to his ideals. His creation, Telegram, has become a symbol of resistance and a safe space for those who seek to communicate freely, without fear of surveillance or censorship. Through Telegram, Durov has given millions a voice and a platform to fight for their freedom. His legacy stands as a reminder that, even in the face of enormous pressure, one person can challenge the status quo and make a profound difference in the world.